starting right now. Here's your host, Alfredo Leon.
Back at LS, news coming out of the NFL that 4-time All-Pro and 7-time Pro quarterback Darrelle Revis announced his retirement from the NFL Wednesday after 11 seasons. Revis played for the New York Jets, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New England Patriots, and most recently the Kansas City Chiefs. In a statement, he credits himself with bringing fun and excitement to the term shutdown corner, which was nearly on the verge of extinction. He concludes with "Long live Revis Island," which is a reference to his nickname. The Jets selected Revis 14th overall in the 2007 draft, and he played his first 6 years with New York. After a torn ACL limited him to only 2 games in 2012, he was traded to the Buccaneers, where he spent just 1 Pro Bowl season before he was released. He then signed with the Patriots in 2014 and was named an All-Pro for the third and final time. He started all 16 games and won the only Super Bowl of his career before returning to the Jets for the start of the 2015 season. He spent part of 2017 with the Chiefs, in which he started 2 games and made 3 other appearances. He did not record an interception, but defended 2 passes. Here's more on Revis' career. As a rookie, though, Revis started all 16 games and gave up just 3 touchdowns. He took bigger steps the next year by picking off 5 passes and earning his first career Pro Bowl selection. Revis was amazing by his 3rd year. Including the playoffs, Revis spent 8 games that season that lined up opposite Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Chad Ochocinco, and Reggie Wayne. He allowed an average of 2.9 receptions for 27.3 yards. His campaign received a 97.6 score from Pro Football Focus, still the highest single-season grade for a corner since PFF began calculating performances in 2006. His dominance inspired the creation of Revis Island, the mythological vacation spot receivers were isolated on when they faced Revis. In arguably his best performance, Revis held Detroit Lions superstar Calvin Johnson to 1 catch for 13 yards in 2010. 1 week after the next, until he tore his ACL in 2012, Revis completely shut down opposing teams' best receivers. Salary cap issues and uncertainty about his ability to recover from the ACL injury, which forced the Jets to trade him to the Bucs, and later won a Super Bowl in Foxborough and was an All-Pro for the first time since 2011 and intercepted Andrew Luck in the AFC Championship. After the parade was when the decline happened. As the case for most aging NFL stars, the end of Revis' career wasn't pretty. He earned $124 million during his career, and until the end was about worth every single dollar that he earned to him. It was a great career for Revis, for sure. Him is doing the Revis Island thing. He was the best quarterback in the NFL. A lot of arguments between him and the Namande Asamoah. I can't even pronounce his name. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry about mispronouncing his name, but the guy who played with the Eagles, and a lot of arguments between him and Revis, who's the best in the NFL, and the other guys that eventually came in, such as Patrick Peterson and other quarterbacks. But at his time, during his peak, he was the best in the NFL. That's why he got the nickname Revis Island, and he just had a great career. It didn't end how he wanted to. Most NFL players don't end their career the way they want to. And the fact is the Jets ended up releasing him. You know, he should have retired a Jet, but his best moments came with the Jets as far as the most time he's there. I think he's the second greatest Jet to Joe Namath. Let me know what you guys think about that. But I think, though, he is the second greatest Jet ever, and he's probably the best besides Joe Namath, of course, even though he never won a Super Bowl with the Jets. He did win one with the Patriots, though, which cemented his career, and he didn't want to retire without a Super Bowl, which made sense for him to go to the Patriots, even though Jet fans were probably went nuts about it. But he got a Super Bowl. He came back to the Jets. He should have retired with the Jets, but that was out of his control. He just wasn't the same player anymore when he returned with the Jets compared to his first time. But still, though, although he had a great career, and well-deserved that he got this honor. And he's definitely a first-ballot Hall of Famer for sure. He had a great career. He's arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, along with Deion Sanders. Definitely can put him in that conversation. And he deserves it because he did a lot. Him covering the best receivers in the NFL, that's insane. Not a lot of guys could do that, and Revis did during his peak. And you can't say that about other guys. Well, actually, the guy that to argue with him was not Asante Samuel, whatever the other guy's name was, Namande Asamoah. It was actually Richard Sherman who argued with Revis on Twitter, something like that, that he was the best corner in the league, and then Revis was like that. That's what I was trying to clear up. But anyways, yeah, what Revis did was just incredible. What he did with the Jets is exactly what he did. And when he returned to the Jets, he was happy to be back, calling it home and everything. So I think he still probably lives in the area. But still, though, he got a Super Bowl with the Patriots. He got it however he could. And he's definitely going to be honored by the Jets for sure. And Revis, he's done a lot in his career besides football, of course. There's this one commercial by Dick's Sporting Goods. I couldn't stop rewinding it every time I watched it, which has something to do with Revis Island, of course. Here it is. Check it out.
Let me show you how to be a top cornerback. Use those Nike Zoom Vapor Carbon Fly cleats to cover your man like shade. And use those Nike Vapor Jet gloves to bury your man in coverage. Now that you got that receiver on your island, you can keep him there for the whole game. But make sure you name your island. They call mine Revis. What's your last name?
Gilligan.
The Nike Vapor Carbon Cleat and Vapor Jet Glove at Dick's Sporting Goods.
It was a fantastic commercial. Like I said, I couldn't stop watching it when it aired on TV at the time. But I didn't understand what that guy was saying at the beginning. What actually was Gilligan, but I thought he said he pronounced some weird like African type name or some weird last name that I never heard of. But I realized when watching it again that it was actually Gilligan. And it was just homage, which is how funny it is because there's a show called Gilligan's Island. How ironic was that? And then Revis made a face in that commercial. That's priceless. That was funny. But still, though, a great career. And that's definitely probably his best commercial ever as far as concerned. Can't think of any other commercials Revis did that goes to that level of that, like in the Dick's Sporting Goods commercial. But still, though, he had a great career. And it was unfortunate that the Jets traded him. There was talk that when they hired their new GM at the time with John Idzik, that he wasn't going to trade Revis. There was talk about it. But then they traded him, which is like I said in the other video about like the DeMar DeRozan and the Kawhi Leonard trade. It doesn't matter. Like in the business of sports, it just happens that people end up being traded when they don't want to because it's a business. It's cruel, like I said. And that's what happened with Revis. He was traded even though he didn't want to. He should have never left the Jets, but I'm kind of glad he did because he got his Super Bowl because I don't think he ever would have won one with the Jets because the Jets were close a couple times in 2009 and 2010, but they lost in the AFC Championship game both times. And after that, they never really had a chance to win a Super Bowl. But 2011, they could have went, but the New York Giants defeated them, and you know what happened after that? They won the Super Bowl. But after that, the Jets never were the same. Even though 2011 they didn't make the playoffs, they had Revis. But with that ACL injury, when Revis said that at that time, he contemplated about retiring because of how devastating that injury was. It's hard to recover from an ACL. It takes a lot of time, but he was able to recover, got his Super Bowl, and he was able to return to the Jets, which is something he wanted and a lot of people want. And I'm not a Jet fan, but I'm glad that he came back to the Jets, though, because that's where he belonged, in green and white. But it was unfortunate, though, that he got released. He just wasn't the same player anymore. He just wasn't going to help the Jets anymore. He was an older player, and he just wasn't at the level that he was when he was first with the Jets, though. But still, though, great career. First ballot Hall of Famer. Congratulations to him on her retirement. And we'll see what he does, though. Who knows? Maybe he'll do TV. Maybe he'll get into coaching. Who knows? We don't know what Revis is going to do, but he's going to be sort of stay tuned. So we'll see what happens with Revis, though, after his playing career, what he's going to do. But as far as playing career is concerned, first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. One of the all-time greatest quarterbacks ever. And for sure, especially in an era when a lot of things targeted the offense, he was great defensively. And it is incredible, like now in the NFL, with offenses being the total package, that the defense doesn't get as much credit as they used to. And at the end of the day, though, Ray Lewis said it famously, defense wins championships. And Revis played the best defense he could. He just never could get over the hump with the Jets, but he got it with the Patriots, though. He got a Super Bowl regardless, so congratulations to him on a great career, and enjoy retirement. And that's for sure. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like. If you're brand new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.